Arsenal double transfer bombshell. Julian Alvarez and Morgan Rogers set for Emirates revolution. Hello and welcome back to Arsenal Daily Talk, the home of the latest Arsenal news, transfer updates, breaking stories, and everything happening around the Emirates Stadium. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Arsenal update. This channel is growing every single day, and your support means everything. Now, Arsenal fans, what if I told you that Arsenal could be preparing one of the biggest double transfer moves of the summer? What if Mikel Arteta is planning to completely transform his attacking department? And what if two players capable of taking Arsenal to another level are suddenly being linked with sensational moves to North London? Because tonight we are talking about a potential double transfer bombshell involving Julian Alvarez and Morgan Rogers. Two players, two massive talents, two names that could completely change Arsenal's future. And trust me, Arsenal fans, the details emerging are absolutely fascinating. So stay with us until the very end, because this story gets bigger and bigger. Let's begin with the first name, Julian Alvarez, the Argentine World Cup winner. A player many Arsenal supporters have admired for years. A striker who combines intelligence, movement, finishing, creativity, and relentless work rate. When Alvarez first arrived in England, many expected him to become one of the Premier League's most dominant forwards. But despite showing incredible quality, he has often found himself competing for a guaranteed starring role, and that has naturally created speculation. Could Alvarez be looking for a project where he becomes the undisputed focal point? Could Arsenal offer exactly that? Imagine for a second what Alvarez would bring to this Arsenal side. Think about the movement. Think about the pressing. Think about the goals. Think about the combinations with Bukayo Saka. Think about the link-up play with Martin Odegaard. Think about the creativity flowing through Arsenal's attack. Suddenly, defences would face a nightmare, because Alvarez is not just a striker, he is a complete attacking weapon. He can score, he can create, he can press, he can drift wide, he can drop deep, he can operate between the lines. He can do everything. That is exactly why so many Arsenal fans are excited whenever his name appears in transfer discussions. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because Arsenal's interest isn't supposedly limited to one attacking player. Another name is creating huge excitement. Morgan Rogers, the Aston Villa star. One of the fastest rising talents in English football. A player whose development has shocked many observers. A player who continues to improve at an incredible rate. And a player who appears perfectly suited to Mikel Arteta's football philosophy. Rogers possesses something special. Power, pace, technical ability, directness, versatility, confidence. He can operate across multiple attacking positions. He can drive at defenders, he can break defensive structures, and perhaps most importantly, he is still improving. That means Arsenal wouldn't simply be signing a talented player. They would be signing a player with enormous room for growth. A player who could become one of the Premier League's elite attackers over the next several seasons. Now imagine this scenario. Julian Alvarez arrives. Morgan Rogers arrives. Suddenly Arsenal's attack looks completely different, completely refreshed, completely transformed, and completely terrifying for opposing defenders. Let's think about it. 1 week Arsenal could start Alvarez through the middle. The next week, Rogers could operate from the left. Saka remains a major threat on the right. Odegaard continues creating chances. Declan Rice dominates midfield. The flexibility would be extraordinary. The unpredictability would be devastating. Opponents wouldn't know where the danger was coming from, because Arsenal would have attacking threats everywhere. Arsenal supporters have spent years waiting for that final piece of the puzzle. The team has improved dramatically. The squad is stronger. The mentality is stronger. The standards are higher, the expectations are higher, but many fans still believe another level exists, another gear, another step. And that is why links to players like Alvarez and Rogers generate so much excitement. These aren't ordinary signings, these are statement signings. These are signings that send messages. Messages to rivals, messages to Europe, messages to the football world. Arsenal are here. Arsenal are serious. Arsenal are aiming for the biggest trophies available. Let's talk specifically about Alvarez for a moment, because the Argentine possesses qualities that every elite manager loves. His work ethic is phenomenal. Watch him play. Even when his team loses possession, he never stops running. He never stops pressing. He never stops chasing. Those characteristics fit perfectly with Arteta's demands. Arteta wants intensity. He wants commitment. He wants players willing to sacrifice themselves for the team. Alvarez ticks every single box, but beyond the work rate, there is something even more important. Big game mentality. This is a player who has won football's greatest prizes. He understands pressure. He embraces pressure. He thrives under pressure. Those experiences could be invaluable for Arsenal, especially during title races, especially during Champions League knockout matches, especially during the moments that define seasons. Now let's switch focus back to Morgan Rogers, because his rise has been extraordinary. Just a few years ago, many football fans barely knew his name. Today, he is one of the most talked about young attacking players in England. That transformation hasn't happened by accident. It has happened because Rogers possesses elite attributes. His physical strength makes him difficult to stop. His confidence allows him to take responsibility in important moments, and his football intelligence continues improving. Those qualities make him a perfect candidate for further development under Arteta. We've seen Arteta improve players before. We've seen talented players become elite players. And many Arsenal fans believe Rogers could be the next success story. Now, imagine the atmosphere at the Emirates if both transfers happened. Just imagine it. The announcements, the unveiling videos, the social media explosion, the reaction from Arsenal supporters around the world. It would be absolute chaos, the positive kind of chaos. The excitement would be enormous. Fans would immediately begin discussing lineups, potential formations, goal totals, trophy predictions, and perhaps most importantly, expectations would skyrocket, because bringing in two attacking stars would signal serious ambition. But Arsenal fans know football transfers are never simple. There are negotiations, there are competing clubs, there are financial considerations, there are contract discussions, there are countless details behind the scenes. That means patience remains important. Excitement is understandable. Speculation is natural. But deals only become reality when every piece falls into place. And that process can be unpredictable. Very unpredictable. Still, the fact these names continue generating discussion tells us something important. Arsenal are looking for ways to improve. Arsenal are looking for additional quality. Arsenal are looking for players capable of making immediate impacts. That ambition should excite supporters, because elite clubs never stand still. Elite clubs evolve. Elite clubs improve. Elite clubs strengthen. And Arsenal appear determined to keep moving forward. Imagine a Champions League night at the Emirates. The lights shining. The stadium roaring. The atmosphere electric. Julian Alvarez leading the line. Morgan Rogers attacking defenders. Saka creating magic. Odegaard pulling strings. Rice controlling midfield. The crowd believing. The opponents nervous. That is the vision many supporters are dreaming about. That is why transfer stories like these capture so much attention, because they offer a glimpse of what could be, a glimpse of a potentially extraordinary future. And Arsenal fans, here's the biggest question of all. If you could only choose one, who would you pick? Julian Alvarez or Morgan Rogers? Let us know in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear your thoughts. Would Alvarez bring the goals Arsenal need? Would Rogers bring the unpredictability Arsenal need? Or do you believe Arsenal must sign both players? Get involved in the discussion because this debate is going to be huge. The coming weeks could be absolutely critical. Every update, every report, every development, every negotiation, every rumour, every twist, every surprise. We'll be following everything right here on Arsenal Daily Talk. So, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Join our growing Arsenal community. Turn on notifications and never miss a breaking Arsenal update again. Because trust me, this transfer story is only getting started, and the next developments could change everything. But one thing is certain, Arsenal are showing ambition. And supporters have every reason to be excited about what could happen next. What do you think, Gunners? Would Julian Alvarez and Morgan Rogers be the perfect double signing for Arsenal? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, subscribe to Arsenal Daily Talk, and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking Arsenal news.